Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, Shalom. All right, man. It's your brother Judah, man. Took a couple weeks off. All right. Just moved to a new crib. Had to get my life together. All right. But y'all know how it go, man. Moving is crazy, man. All right. But hey, man, we the sons of Thunder Israelites is our heart's prayer and desire that all Israel be saved. All right. And let me shout out the people in the building. You already know what it is, man. Like the video when you come into the building. Like the video when you come into the building, Baba Kashad. John Gilchrist, Aura I, Holy Yasha Allah, Theophilus, Yaiquab, Urban Israel, Shaquat, Baylor, Rodney, Keziah, SOT San Francisco. Make sure y'all follow them brothers out there in Cali with our new camp out there in Cali. Monica Wade, Yara All, Soldier Kivon, Christina, Boaz, let's see, Quadar Haran, Shalom, Shalom. Hey, man, y'all don't want to miss this class right here. Y'all don't want to miss this class. All right. You know, this is crazy. That's what went on out there in Buffalo, New York. See what I'm saying? And we're going to go over a manifesto, man. That damn devil wrote a 180-page manifesto detailing why he decided to do what he did. All right, and we're going to go over that, all right? Now, what's going on? What's going on? Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. How about
what you're saying, bro?
Con. All right, hey, man, that damn devil wrote 180-page manifesto, and the brother Darac found it, and we're gonna bring it out today, man. We're gonna bring it out. All right, go ahead, King.
Y'all can ask Boaz, man. After camp, I seen this. I was looking it up, and then I stumbled upon this white boy on Facebook Live talking about it. How he has a 180-page manifesto, and watch my video. And I promise you, I cannot find the video. I know the dude channel Video Map Presents, but I can't find the video that he was like posting on. So I think they took it. The YouTube took it off. YouTube took that video off his channel.
Yeah, right? I'm gonna tell you about that in a second.
Right, exactly.
I'm gonna explain that.
And the man, right, Peyton, who was the shooter in Buffalo, actually plagiarized some of these ideas. That's what they're calling it, plagiarism. But it's inspiration. Let's not sugarcoat a thing. It's called inspiration. He was inspired by a previous shooter back in 2019 who shot up a mosque in New Zealand, right?
And he's been talking about it in school and everything to the point where they even have police come to his school, give him a psych ward and all that. You know what I'm saying? We got the rundown on this cracker, so we're gonna bring it up.
We got the rundown on this, man. But actually, the original manifesto of the dude in New Zealand was 87 pages. So 87 pages to 180. He added a lot of his own feelings in there as well. And then the things that he shared with the shooter in New Zealand, he kept, man. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're going to go through it, man.
Hey, calm, man. Calm. Yeah. Hey, man. Look, man. Y'all keep trusting these devils, dog. Y'all keep trusting these damn devils, man. Y'all don't learn. Hey, look, I seen a little joint earlier, right, where it said it was a dude rapping "Let Me Clear My Throat." That little old school joint.
Biz Markie.
Bismarck. That was Biz Markie?
Ain't it?
No, it wasn't Biz Markie.
No, that's damn, Just Blaze.
I think it damn sure on Biz.
It's right? One of them.
But look, all he said was "Let me clear my throat," and it was like he's invited to the cookout. How? Y'all keep inviting these people to the cookout. The cookout gonna get shot up. You keep inviting these people to the cookout, it's going to get shot up. All right, y'all need. It ain't Just Blaze either. DJ Cool. There you go.
Yeah.
Now listen, y'all got to stop trying. When are we invited to the barbecue? You know, white people don't have cookouts; they have barbecues. When What do we have to do to him? If I put on a pair of Dockers and some Sperry's, am I invited to the barbecue? Can I get some raisin-filled potato salad if I wear some Dockers and some Sperry's? No,
not about that, bro. I'm gonna bring it out, right? Because aside from the manifesto, right? All jokes aside, the main reason this cracker did this is because of this thing that's been perpetrated since like it's been a while. But David Duke made it famous in 2000. He had a speech in Philadelphia that he made in 2000 when he was running for president, right? So this is something that's been around for at least 22 years, right? Now, that being the case, David Duke, if you know who he is, was the leader of, wonder why, right? Because Vocab McNuts actually said that we're terrorists, right? The black Hebrew Israelites are terrorists. But every time a terrorist thing happens, a terrorist attack in America happens, it's a white boy with a gun. So, but as I was saying, main thing, hold on a second, y'all.
You got it. Hey, Salaki, on that point, right? On that point, he said that something about what you just said, something about black people being terrorists. Repeat what you just said about that.
My bad. What'd you say? I had background noise.
What you said about black people being terrorists, because I got a point on that.
About black people being what?
Terrorists.
Terrorists. Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, Malone said that or something?
Yeah, Vocab basically said that black people were terrorists, but every time a terrorist attack happens, it seems to be a white boy with a gun, right? But,
Lucky.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but that's one part of the manifesto. That we are the terrorists. This is one of his reasonings for doing it. But hey, if y'all caught the live, Ariah had it on live, had a bugged out Edomite come to the camp spot, and he was like, your God is a genocidal God and he's worth worshiping because he's genocidal. Well, I'm like, hold up. He's like, where's God's compassion? I'm like, wait, if your people are so smart to say that the Most High God should have had more compassion than to be genocidal and hate one people and have mercy on the other, or more compassion to not put people in slavery, why the hell didn't your ass do it? Right? Why didn't you do it? You see what I'm saying? So that is a general consensus of white people that black people are actually terrorists. And when we break this manifesto down, y'all gonna see how these people really feel about us. And it's beautiful that he did that, man.
Facts. But main thing I wanted to say, right? Aside from the manifesto, because what y'all are gonna realize, the whole manifesto is about this theory that David Duke has started, right? So, it's really started by David Duke. It started by a Frenchman named Renaud Camus, right? He's basically a Frenchman that lives in France. He lives in a big old castle. He's an author, and he ran for president in France, right? Before Macron became president. He basically came up with this theory because, there was an influx of West Africans in the 80s, 90s, 2000s that moved to France, right? The Rock gotta get that straight, bro. He can't keep doing that. But it was an influx of brothers and sisters that moved to France, right? And other places that surround the area. So that being the case, they see there's a lot of black people there now, right? More than it was before, after they kicked us all out and stuff like that during the Renaissance era, right? So now it's a situation where they see a lot of black and brown people back in that area. And when he was running for president, to try to get the Republican-minded people in their space, right, over in France, there, I guess, they have a sort of racist mind, just like the people do in America. So, I mean, they were slave masters like other people were in America too, right? So, that being the case, main thing is that our people over there caused the thing where I guess it was messing up votes for him. So he came up with this great replacement theory, which is supposed to be a theory where our people are being placed in certain areas around the world per their government ideas or whatever, to, overtake the natural population, as they want to call it, right? So I want to make that clear, because that being the thing here, this white kid thinks that we Black, Hispanic, and Native American people are endangering the natural population in America, right? That being what they think is white people. But we all know, right, what the news should be saying at this point. I've only seen one reporter stated so far, which is Ari Melber, and it wasn't him. It was a black girl he had on the channel. But all of the news stations should be reporting and explaining to you that, hey, our people are in a situation where, you know, we are going to be fighting this great replacement theory, and it can't technically be a replacement theory if you guys came here to replace us, right? So, because we had people that were in the land, the Hispanics, Native Americans, right? So it was the white folks that came and basically replaced them, but are now mad that they're not having babies and we are, you know, rising back up as the people and being replaced. So, you good, The Rock? Everything Gucci?
Yeah, kind.
All right, bet.
Hey,
So that being the case, just want to lay that out there. I got some videos I'm gonna get into before we read the manifesto.
hey, just let you know, I got the manifesto. I got it pulled up to where we ain't online with it. It's long. I have to actually slide.
So, but first, just in case. Oh, well,
I had put it in the back.
Yeah, I see both of y'all.
I got to put. Oh, okay, yeah.
Y'all both got it up. So I guess y'all could go over whatever parts y'all want to go over, right?
Say less.
But, what we're gonna do is start with a video like we used to, right? In case anybody been sleeping under a rock. Yeah. Another thing I want to touch on, right, is judgment being slack. Because one thing I want everybody to realize, right, even though they're, you know, the whole white people around the world are acting like they're so surprised by what happened, right? Even though this is basically a school shooter, you know what I'm saying? Just he moved from a school to a grocery store. He wanted to shoot up the school first, and they called the police on him. He didn't get that done. So a couple years later, now he's shooting up a grocery store, right? But this officer right here, the chief of Buffalo Police, there's been a lot of different things that have happened with the Buffalo Police and black people in the last couple of years, right? And bad things, which we're going to mention today. So I want to point out, even though this is being spread around like it was a big time terrorist attack and that this white kid should be, you know, given the punishment of the highest extent of the law, this officer here commended his officers for not killing the kid, right? But yeah, he said it was a great act of courage and all that type of stuff. When the officers weren't getting the guns pointed at them, every time he saw a white person, he said sorry. If you saw the video, right?
Right, exactly.
So when it came time for the cops to come outside, he didn't even point the gun at the police. He pointed it at his own neck. And then the cops talked him down from shooting himself, right? So there was no danger ever posed to the police the whole time. They knew there was no danger ever posed to the police, but that's not the point. Because what we're going to bring up is that these same Buffalo police, in the midst of us bringing out this manifesto, right? These same Buffalo police in the last 2 years have had incidents where they've had brothers that were, special needs, if you will, right? People that had just came from a psych ward themselves, might have needed psychic evaluations. These brothers didn't have any weapons on them and they were killed by the police. It was brothers that came out there with a knife, but it wasn't a gun, right? They was killed by the police. It was a homeless man that was supposedly hitting a woman with a bat, but the lawyer says there was no bat. So it's like, you know, two different types of evidence there. But that brother was killed by the police. And then it was a West African brother who was pulled over in a traffic stop up there in Buffalo, right? I forget his name, but I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to show it to you, right? Well, not the actual killing, but he actually was put out of his car. The officer tried to tase him. He tried to stop the tasing, and then he got shot in the back of the head, right? In front of the brother that was videotaping everything. So these are, you know, accounts of situations where our people are being brutally assaulted and assassinated by these same police that he is commending for not doing anything to the white kid that just killed 10 people in the store, right? So without further ado, get your Bibles, your Apocrypha, your pen, your pad, because there will be a lot of precepts that come out in this video. We're going to try to run through it real quick. Yeah, he's definitely the real thug, right? All of them are. So y'all pay attention, and hopefully you realize exactly what it is that's going on out here, right? With this replacement theory. This is them trying to invoke the race war before the time, right? They're trying to get enough white people mad and riled up. Just like a couple years ago, they tried to get enough of us mad and riled up by killing us over and over and over again by the police and then having the NFAC pop up, right? They're trying to invoke something quickly. It didn't work with us, so now they're trying to use it on their side with this replacement theory, right? They know that black people are all talking about how white folks ain't having kids. Elon Musk recently put out a tweet. He's like the most famous dude on Twitter right now. He put out a tweet saying white people need to have more babies. They're losing the world population, right? So, I mean, white folks know this. They know what the deal is right now with them in the world, right? The problem is they have this false notion that they were ever the majority, and they weren't, right? So this replacement theory is really a lie because these are the least populated people on the planet. They were never the majority anywhere except the Caucasus Mountains. And that's only because they were the only people that lived there, right? So if you take that away, there was no, situation where they were ever the majority where it would be a problem with them being replaced, right? Because there was already more people with them everywhere they go, or than them everywhere they go. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this video. Y'all hit the like button as y'all come in the building, Baba Kashah, and we're gonna get into the manifesto and everything afterwards.
Fired multiple shots,
Ooh,
struck the suspect, but because he had heavily
great sadness for all of us in the city of Buffalo. To provide you with more detail, I want to turn things over to Buffalo Police Commissioner Joseph Gramalia.
Thank you, Mayor. At approximately,
and he's the mayor, right? The last mayor basically quit or whatever. He didn't run for another term, and this brother got to become the mayor. The last mayor basically, I believe, if you want to take my opinion, I think he was tired of Esau's antics when it comes to the situations that he was in with the black people getting killed in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? So they hired a brother that really don't give a crap, just wants to get paid.
2:30 today, an individual who the mayor stated is not from this area and is from hours away, drove to Buffalo, went to 1275 Jefferson Avenue to the Tops Market. He exited his vehicle. He was very heavily armed. He had tactical gear. He had a tactical helmet on. He had a camera that he was live streaming what he was doing. The individual exited his car and engaged 4 individuals. He shot 4 people in the parking lot. 3 of those were deceased. 1 individual at this time is surviving the injury. The individual went inside. As I said, he's an 18-year-old white male, walked into the store and began engaging customers inside the store. One of the individuals inside the store is a security guard, a beloved security guard, who is a retired Buffalo police officer, a hero in our eyes. Engaged the suspect, fired multiple shots, struck the suspect, but because he had heavily armored plating on, that bullet had no round. The suspect engaged our retired officer, and he was ultimately shot and deceased at the scene. He continued to work his way through the store. Ultimately, he worked his way back towards the front of the store. Buffalo police immediately respond, engage the suspect in the vestibule of the store. And at that point, the suspect put the gun to his own neck. Buffalo police personnel, 2 patrol officers, talked the suspect into dropping the gun. He dropped the gun, took off some of his tactical gear, surrendered at that point, and he was led outside, put in a police car, and transported to Buffalo Police Headquarters.
You see that? So the kid killed a bunch of people. He was, taken home, transported, and all that type of crap, right? So I just wanted to play that part of the video. I'm not going to play too much of it where he goes and commends the officers and crap. I don't really want to see that again. But that's just for anybody that was living under a rock, right? So
Salaki, real quick. I don't want.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey, put a we ain't gonna put a 7. Put a 6 in the chat if you saw that devil video, that little Call of Duty style video that he did going into that store. All right, real quick. We ain't gonna take up 100 of time. Just real quick. Put a 6 in the chat for the devil. All right. That did this. See, if you saw the video of the devil that did this. All right. Okay, we got some people that seen it. Tell me, did y'all see the part? Because in the manifesto, he talks about his plans and how he was going to go around the store, right? The Rock will get into that, right? He talked about how it was his plan to kill black people, right? But first he had to kill the security guard, all of that. He killed a couple of black people, went in one of the aisles of the cash register, was about to shoot. The dude screamed. He noticed he was white, and guess what he said? Sorry, and kept going.
Next black person you saw?
You feel me? Bro.
Hey, but I got to do something, though, right? Something that brothers ain't been doing, which I understand why. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a Saturday Sabbath believer and teacher, right? What day did this happen?
What
day did it happen?
On the Shabbat.
It was on the Shabbat, right? Brothers and sisters ain't supposed to be buying and selling on the Shabbat, right? Right?
They're not.
They not, right?
They're not.
So, that being the case, can I get Amos 3:6 right quick?
It's a lot.
This is what I've been thinking about, right? This is the angle I kind of took from it at the beginning, right? And I feel like it needs to be said. We're gonna get on Esau, of course, but certain situations won't happen to Jake if Jake don't put himself in certain situations. And the way Jake doesn't put himself in certain situations is by coming back to the old path and doing what the Bible says, right? If brothers and sisters was keeping the Sabbath and they was at camp in Buffalo, wouldn't have been at the grocery store, right? I know a lot of brothers was like, yo, where was the gangsters at? Where was Griselda? Where was all them, this, that, and the third? But what gangster do you know go to the grocery store on Saturday?
No, nobody.
I don't know not one. And I know a lot of them, right? I ain't never been to the grocery store with Nick on a Saturday in the afternoon. Maybe at night when it's late, you try and get some drinks or something, right? But ain't no gangster with a gun in the crew going to the grocery store on Saturday at 12 p.m., bro. They not. You know what I'm saying? So that being the case, the white boy cased the area. He knew where the hoods was in Buffalo. He knew exactly where he needed to go, where it wasn't going to be no fight back, right? He cased the place out 3 days before and then went back on the day when he knew it wasn't going to be nobody, to harm him. A day where they only got one security guard. You take that dude out, it's basically a free game, and that's what he did, right? So he had to psych himself up. He went around the parking lot, did all that stuff, and then hopped out the car and went ham. So what our people need to understand, though, is that these folks are the sword of the Most High. They are the sword of the Most High, right? For them to be the sword of the Most High, that means that there's going to be certain things that happen to them or with them that happened to us, right? And some of those things are going to be them using the sword, which is the modern day gun, on us. So Amos 3:6, please. And then somebody else give me 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1.
This is the book of Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
See, the Most High does certain things, I believe, the Bible says, to wake people up, right? To let our people know the times that we're in, right? When there's times where the church is telling you not to, listen to us and stuff like that, love everybody and stuff, even though the Bible doesn't say that. We're telling you not to trust your enemy, for as iron rusted shows his wickedness, right? If more brothers and sisters was getting that lesson, you know what I'm saying, they wouldn't have been so cautious when they see a white boy at a black grocery store in the first place. It wouldn't have been so cool with it, right? Let alone when you see the gun, it would have been somebody trying to stop him. You know what I'm saying? Would have been one brother that had the balls to go up behind a dude while he's got the gun, while he's shooting other people. You know what I'm saying? It probably would have been a lot more people that didn't get killed. But brothers is running, you know what I'm saying? The security guard, if you watch the video, didn't even want to shoot the man, and he got a freaking rifle in his face. Right? I believe that cop died, or the former cop, the security guard, I think he died from what I saw. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't trying to shoot the man in the face. He didn't want to kill Esau. He just wanted to put him down. You know what I'm saying? Esau was there with the intent to kill, though. It's because our people look at everybody like, God loves everybody. This is one of God's children, and they're not looking at you like that. And the Bible don't say that either. So at some point, we got to get back to what's true, what's right. You know what I'm saying? It's a time for love and it's a time for hate. They're showing you what time we're in right now. Let the love go. Love your own people. You know what I'm saying? Love is the commandments. Get back to those. If you was following the love, you wouldn't have been at the damn grocery store anyway to get killed. That's what I had to do first. Sorry if you ain't like it, but I had to put that out there first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can't just go blaming Esau for everything when we put ourselves in certain situations, just like slavery, right?
Mm-hmm. Hey, real quick, before you continue.
Before we get on Esau,
I just want to make a disclaimer because the brother told the truth. But I don't want nobody chopping this video up.
Yeah.
So, hey,
Do it.
that extremist group says people deserve to die for not keeping the Shabbat. We're not saying that.
I didn't even say that.
We're not saying, but you know that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
we're not saying that. Okay. What we teach at the time of great ignorance, God winked that. You see what I'm saying? Hey, but the Most High does all things, man.
Hey,
right?
we're gonna bring that out.
He does all things. There's Israelites on every corner, and there's judgments for not keeping his commandments. So don't twist the narrative, try to chop it up to make it seem what you wanted to make it seem like. So now we're the terrorists, but the dude that you're gonna forgive later ain't the terrorist. Don't do that.
Yeah, Hocab, we know you watching. But anyway, so Hoscab, main thing I want y'all to understand, right? This is this is a form of the Most High visiting his people. He doesn't just visit you with earthquakes and storm and tempest, you know what I'm saying, and flames of devouring fire. He don't just visit you like that, like it says in Isaiah 29:6. It's more than that. Sometimes he visits you with the sword too. And the sword ain't gonna be him coming down with Hamashiach Yahushua. It ain't time for that yet. He's giving you warning swords, right? He's throwing warning darts at you. He hitting certain people that already are numbered for the sword. The ones that aren't numbered for that, they supposed to be the ones realizing what's going on and waking the hell up. That's what you're supposed to be doing right now. That's the facts, whether you like and understand and believe it or not. But too many of our people aren't doing that. Even when I watched the news today, it's like Jake, Eve be on the channel saying real stuff, and then they come out and, mess it up by mentioning the Jews and fake Holocaust and all that crap. Like the media is trying to merge different things together so that you feel a certain type of way about it. You get angry that white people are killing us, but you're not angry enough to find out why. You know what I'm saying? So the type of lesson I want this to be, I want people to understand why the Most High is visiting us like this, why he keeps allowing our people to get killed by these people, right? And then what it is that we got to do to stop it while we're going through this manifesto to teach you guys how Esau's thinking right now. Because that's one of the things you need to know. You got to know your enemy. If you don't know what they on, how you going to know how to defend yourself and what to teach your people, right? So give me 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1.
God, it's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand.
You see?
That it is the very
measure the time pass. No, go ahead. Keep going.
Come. It says, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Where the highest is going to begin to visit the world which he made, right? Go ahead.
Come, verse 3. Therefore, when thou shalt be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the day that they were before thee, even from the beginning.
So it's uproars going on right now. We've seen that. Different types of uproars, right? After these killings happen, there's a march. Then there's a bunch of other crap that happens after that. You know what I'm saying? Might be more killings that happen after the march because the police start to get, in a authoritative mindset and stuff. Start trying to invoke curfews and all this stuff, right? All of that happened this weekend. All the way in Chicago, in Buffalo, New York, all these different things. A whole bunch of curfews, inciting riots, all type of stuff, right? So the Most High is visiting us right now. You know what I'm saying? Not in the way that he's going to, like Sirach 16:18 says, when the Mashiach Yahushua is going to come back and the heavens are going to start rumbling and stuff. But, things like Jeremiah 15:3. Can somebody grab that right quick? This is one of the ways that the Most High is visiting our people, right? And after this, we'll go ahead and get back to the lesson. Actually, get Jeremiah 15:3 and then get Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 21. And then we'll get back to the video, right? But these are scriptures that I had to bring out for Jake because, if you are a brother or a sister that believes in the Saturday Sabbath, right? I know all of us don't. Other brothers keep it different times and stuff, which is cool. But if you're one of the people that believe in the Saturday Sabbath, you know that if these people would have been keeping the Sabbath that we keep, that wouldn't have happened to them. They wouldn't have been at that store. They would have to be at camp somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They would have been at their house congregating with their family, watching us on the TV, or whatever camp they watch. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever school they congregate with, whatever it is. But if they would have been keeping that law, they wouldn't have been in that situation to be, punished by that sword. So bring this out. Jeremiah 15:3.
This is Jeremiah 15:3. And I will point over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowl of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
You see that? This cracker was a beast of the earth, and he was a sword. 2 in 1. Right? Esau's the vilest of them all. He's the human wildebeest. And now they know how to shoot guns. Right? Now they think we're replacing them. So as he said in the manifesto, right, he had to go out there because his people are doomed. So he wanted to strike and attack. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of things that we're thinking that they're thinking while we up there making dance moves on TikTok. That's what our people thinking about. Our people trying to figure out what moves can I put together with this song right here. That's going to get me 100,000 views on TikTok. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like we need to get out of that mindset, man, and get back to this militant mindset, this men of war mindset that we used to have, right? Because right now the war has come to our doorstep and we don't know how to fight it. Even the so-called strongmen among us, you know what I'm saying? The gangsters and stuff. How many of us know gangsters and everything that died, even celebrity ones, because their gun got jammed? The brothers that's supposed to be the scary, tough niggas in the neighborhood don't even know how to shoot guns. Don't even know how to keep them clean.
Tell that.
Right?
Shooting like this.
Right? Nigga, you blocking everything. Like, and then they don't keep them clean. Right? FBG Duck, RIP. He died because his gun jammed.
Yo, did he have a block?
Niggas get aftermarket parts. They don't keep the gun clean. All type of stuff, right? Esau's got parts for his gun. He's buying extra parts, going out there with Bushmasters and hard sights, all type of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Real simple guns, but he know how to use it.
Hey, Doug had a Glock.
Huh?
Doug had a Glock, I believe, that jam.
I'm saying.
Hey, man, the Most High does all things, man. That's scary.
These are the things I'm saying, though, right? Jake isn't prepared. Even the people in our community that we think is prepared, the ones that should be ready for war because they're killing our people all the time, right? They don't even really know what they're doing. If we was to have a war right now with Esau and they know all they're going against is damn little babies, Dub Babies, Lil Durks, King Vons and them, Bankroll Freddy's, niggas in dresses like Young Thug and Gunna, right? Birdman and them. We going against these niggas, it's a wrap. That's your front line right now, right? Because those are the people you look to.
If that's the front line, we doomed.
It's a dub, but that's why they're trying to start the war now, because they know that, right? We trying to get y'all prepared. They trying to get this junk started. They trying to get it cracking right now because they know we not prepared, right? This is the Most High warning us. He's visiting the people. He's showing you, y'all not prepared, bro. Y'all not ready. Y'all want things to change, but y'all not ready. We don't get reparations from the enemy. The Most High gonna give us reparations. It's the saints taking the kingdom and ruling it forever and ever, right? In order to get that, there's gonna be a war that has to happen, though. We can't win the war if we're not ready for it. He's showing you how unready we are. So, Leviticus 26:21. When y'all got that, I'll read it.
I got it. I thought the Rock was going to get it. This book of Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 21.
And y'all hit the like button when y'all come in the building, Baba Kishah.
It reads.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you now, King.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a
You did?
lag, King. It's
It's
a
a
lag.
lag or something going on.
Look, it's the book of Leviticus.
Okay. Wait. Nah.
I got it. It's Leviticus.
Unmute right quick.
Unmute the rock.
Unmute the rock. Let me see if you can
Nah, you can hear me.
Yes, after your mouth moving slow, it's a lag. Try to come in and come back out.
Come out and come back in.
Yeah, that. Go ahead, Drew.
This is Leviticus 26 and 21. And if you walk contrary unto me, I will not hearken unto Salakia, and will not hearken unto me, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins.
You see that? If you don't hearken to the Most High, He gonna put plagues upon you according to your sins, right? Now let me ask you. The reason I started with the Sabbath thing, right? A lot of people probably ain't gonna like that, but there's a reason I started with that, right? One of the sins for Judah, what's the sin for breaking the Sabbath?
What's the sin for breaking the Sabbath?
Mm-hmm.
Breaking the Sabbath is the sin. What's
the judgment for breaking the Sabbath? So like
death.
Okay, so that being the case, right? Read that first part of the scripture again, or the last part. He's gonna punish you according to what?
He said, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins.
According to your sins, right? So a bunch of people at the grocery store shopping and selling at a heathen grocery store in a black area where we're supposed to be not shopping at the heathen grocery store because it's a black area. They're supposed to be not making money on the Sabbath day, losing bread because it's nothing but Jake in that heavily black populated area in Buffalo, right? But instead, we all at the stove. You know what I'm saying? Hate to say it, Big Mama got killed. About 3-4 Big Mamas died. The ones that be at church.
Damn.
The ones that didn't want to come into the truth.
Damn. Hey, and here's the thing. Somebody out there, this is what they doing. Well, they didn't know that this was the Sabbath. They are under the impression that Sunday is. They don't know yet. Hold on. In America, we don't make this excuse. We don't make this excuse. Let's just say they didn't. I'm just saying because somebody's saying that, right?
I know they know because they all know what a 7-day Adventist is. Whenever we say we practice the Sabbath, what they ask you, are you a 7-day
Right. But I'm just saying somebody's using that as an excuse is what I'm saying. Somebody out there saying they didn't know. Okay, fine. But in America, you hold America to a higher standard than you hold God. Here's why. In America, you don't say, I did not know that I couldn't do this. You get caught, you serve your time, you get a lawyer, you take the punishment, and that's that. Because negligence of the law is not an excuse for breaking the law. So let's just say they didn't know. Because you didn't know that breaking the Shabbat was a sin, does that make it not a sin? No. It's still a sin. You might not have known, but you're still in sin. That's why when you wake up to who you are, you come out of sin because you're still in sin, although you did not know.
All right.
So just like the brother just brought out, he will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. The first part says, if you walk contrary unto me, how do you do that? Not keeping the law. It's simple.
Hey, and I want you to read down to 25 too when you finish.
And then the second part said, and will not hearken unto me. And that's going out of all your all's point. Because guess what? There's Hebrews on every corner, man. You heard this.
I heard brothers on Clubhouse talking about they just left camp when the junk happened or something.
You heard this, yo. You've been hearing
in
this.
Buffalo.
Hey, the Bible says there'll be a word behind you saying, this is the way. Walk ye in it. Why is that word behind you? Because you walked away from it. When brothers reached out to you, like it says in Proverbs, you didn't want to hearken.
Well, see,
look, we gotta read that too, but we'll keep going.
Yeah. But look, see, I'm of this belief, right? The Most High says every man in the world gonna hear the word, right? If they don't listen to, that's on them. So
exactly.
With that being the case, I'm of the belief that at some point in time, everybody hears this thing before they die. Whether you decide to come into it is on you, right? Yep. But I don't know a person on earth that go to church that don't know that the Sabbath should be on a Saturday, but we practice it on a Sunday because you're Christian. That's what they'll tell you. I'm a Christian, so my Sabbath is Sunday, right? but they know the Sabbath is Saturday. The old people will tell you that.
Hey, look at this point.
What I'm saying is, it was majority older people that died, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's usually the older people that are harder to bring into the truth.
New
Right?
wine in the old bottles, man.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks. We got a whole bunch of idioms for that, right? A whole bunch of different wise, whole bunch of proverbs about that, right? So it's like, that's the people who are numbered for the sword on this day, right? Also, if you want to be practical in the war sense, Most High strategically had people die on this day that weren't really going to be around for the war when it comes, right? They was all old folk. So, point I'm trying to make is, it was a tragic loss, most definitely, but the Most High did everything for a reason, and to me, this was a way of him visiting our people, right? He visited the ones that he wants to wake up to let them know, hey, if you don't, this could be you. Keep going shopping on a Saturday. This could be your problem. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to bring out as far as, finish, read down to 25.
Oh, shit. My bad. I went to another precept. All right, cool. Verse 22. And Slaki, and will also send wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your children. Esau is that wild beast.
Didn't I say that before? He's the wildebeest on two legs. That's what he is.
Fact.
So this scripture is telling you what it is and what he do, right?
Cold.
He robbing people of their children, their mothers, their grandfathers, their cousins, all of that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. He's doing that. This is part of this is the Most High sword, yo.
That's cold.
That's what it is.
That's cold.
We're not talking about every old person, sister. We're just talking about the people that was in that situation, right? I'm not even saying that was the case for everybody in that situation. I'm saying I'd like to believe that the Most High didn't just kill them without them knowing certain things about why they could have died and what type of laws that they died breaking, right? Most High is a just God. He don't do stuff like that. At some point, these people knew the Sabbath was Saturday, and they decided to keep going to church on Sunday and wear big ass hats and they dress, right? Some point they found out that we the Jews. They always, oh yeah, I know we the Jews, and da-da-da-da-da. Oh yeah, I'm an Israelite. I'm practicing. What's an Israelite? Because they don't give a damn. They just know we the Jews, right? So that's the thing that I'm saying.
Hey, I don't want.
The Most High is going to start purging them, right? And I'm not saying again that those is these type of people. That's what these people were. I'm just saying that looking at the pictures and the outlook of who all was taken out in this, right? It wasn't like it was a young person here, you know, older person, middle person. They were all around the same age. It was 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. That's who died. You know what I'm saying? Old people.
I think I get what she's saying too. I don't want. She's saying how it's hard to bring old people into the truth. I get what you're saying. Yeah, like the Most High showed mercy to you. You know what I'm saying? By letting you be receptive to the word. You know, I don't want y'all come out. He always say, man, I'm the oldest brother in the camp. And I'm like, and it amazes me because you was in the church for longer than I've been alive.
Yo, I wake up, nigga.
Right. You woke up and you on these streets. You didn't just wake up and sit back. You woke up and on the streets. That's a beautiful thing, man. That's very beautiful. Right? So we get
it's rare.
It's very rare. If there's an old person in the truth, they've been in the truth.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't just come into the truth. They've been in this thing, man. Right? Hey, check this out. You want to keep reading on this?
Yeah, read the verse 25.
I'm gonna keep going. I will also send wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your children and destroy your cattle and make you few in number, and your highways shall be desolate.
Ain't that what his whole goal is? When we get into this manifesto, y'all gonna see it, bro. His whole goal from the manifesto is to make us few in number because they're few in number right now and they're worried about it. They're afraid that the saints gonna take the kingdom and we're not even gonna need a war to do it. That's what they're worried about. They thinking we just gonna keep having babies with them. The Democrats gonna keep putting commercials with white folks and black folks together, mixed children and stuff like that. And it's gonna keep poisoning the minds of all the little white blonde haired girls that like big black jocks and stuff that play football and basketball, right? And they gonna keep getting with us having black kids, and then the white folks ain't gonna be here no more. That's what they're afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my dad learned it as what 50s, 50,
Yeah, my dad
50, something like that.
my dad learned at 56.
You know what I'm saying? So it happens. You know what I mean?
Beautiful thing. All praise to the Most High, man.
Yeah, but it's rare. Like I said, majority of the people coming into this thing, who the church mad at? Are they mad at grandpa, grandma, big mama, and Uncle Larry? No, they mad at the people me, The Rock, and Judah age.
Hey yo, who's the Jude 3 project? Who's the Jude 3 project audience? Who are they trying to captivate? The Jude 3 project that we did a few weeks back.
The Rock's graduation class.
Salakia. That what they do. They got large panels of different pastors and people, theologians, and that believe what they believe in, and they all try to figure out the same thing. Why are the young people leaving the church? Could we see
Because
through
the
y'all
young
holes?
people got the brains to end the balls. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want y'all always say this all the time. And then I went to my uncle's house and he actually said it to me. It was crazy. You black people, you young niggas with all y'all, separatist supremacy stuff and wanting to be the people on top and everything. Y'all need to stop. Y'all don't remember what happened to the Black Panthers and stuff. Y'all making it hard for the rest of us, right? Y'all making it bad for the rest of. That's the coon spirit, right? My uncle told me, need to cut your hair, nephew. You know what I'm saying? He's gad and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know we got the woolly hair and everything, but Esau, the white man don't like that. Them crackers don't like that stuff. I wanted to be in law school. He was, hey man, you want to be in law school, you gotta cut that Afrocentric stuff out, man. You you be out there teaching the Bible. Them crackers don't want to hear that. You better cut your hair, boy, and don't grow no afro till you finish. I had the locks at the time. You better cut that junk off, boy. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make it bad for you. When y'all boys get to the top, you're gonna make it bad for the rest of us. Then he told me a story. I got beat up by the cops. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the era they from. Yeah, young Thundercats, all of that, right? You young Thundercats need to stop it. Y'all making it bad for the rest of us. It's that type of thing that they do, and it's because of the era. He explained it to me, right? He got his behind beat by the police. He told me they was coming out the sky and everything just because he slept with a white girl, right? So it's like when that happens, it make you not want to stand up against them, right? But it's a whole new generation of us that never experienced that. So when we see Trayvon Martin get killed, we see Michael Brown get killed, we see Philando Castile get shot dead in front of his daughter with in the back seat, right? And his wife. Like when we see these things happen, Icon Gurley get pulled over and hung in the damn cell and they lie about it. We see what's the brother just died? Got the knee put on his neck.
George Floyd.
George Floyd. Yeah, right.
Aubrey.
Ahmaud Arbery, right? We see all these different things going on. We getting mad about it, right? That's why so many of us are waking up now. It's a big old awakening of the Israelite community and stuff. It was an RBG thing going on at some point with the NFAC. It wasn't old gray-haired brothers going out there. It was the younger ones, right? So they want, with this, back to this theory, right? So we can get back to the video. They want to make it a thing where our people, the young ones, end up getting into a premature war with their people. And they know that their people have been training since they're 5 years old, right? We learn how to roller skate and play baseball, basketball, football, cheerlead, twerk, run track, right? Esau got a damn gun. He's going hunting with his daddy on Saturday and Sunday, right? That's what they doing. You feel me? And then when little Andrew grows up and he learned how to hunt, he becomes a school shooter and starts hunting you niggas. That's what they're teaching them. While you're teaching them to be anti-racist, right? You know what? Let's get to some video right quick.
Hey, to that last point, I'm sorry, but to that last point,
Go ahead.
We had a Friday night camp, right? And one of the young brothers who comes to camp with us, he was talking to this sister, and the sister was like, "Please don't open that Bible. Please, I don't want my children to know that God is really a racist." The black sister, I don't want them to know that God is really racist. I almost killed myself when I found out. Please, this is the mind of you niggas, man.
This nigga is one of them sisters. I mean, he's just like one of them sisters. Yeah, he might as well.
You had it right.
Yeah, this nigga right here. But this guy, right? He's got books that Esau's banning across the United States about being a black anti-racist, training your kids in the way they should go on how to not be racist and all this stuff, right? So I ain't gonna play all this, but I just want y'all to hear what he says about this whole situation, right? And there's something he's gonna say about terrorist organizations. There's a brother who sent me a list that we're gonna go over in a second, because I want y'all to understand, right? At the same time that this thing is happening with this white terrorist, the day before, Biden decides to let 5 terrorist groups off of the terrorist list, and ain't none of them the black Hebrew Israelites, quote unquote, black Hebrew Israelites, right? When you hear the names of these lists, or these people, or these groups that got taken off of the terrorist list, right? And we still on it, the day before our people get killed by a young 18-year-old white terrorist, you're gonna be mad, okay? But let's listen to Kun Abraham Kendi right here.
So respond to what took place this weekend, how it's covered, the issue of it being a...
Sorry for showing y'all the Wicked Witch of the West, but she the only person that covered this like this, so I had to,
domestic terror attack, not a lone gunman, who is suffering from mental illness. Last year, his school was so concerned about what he was saying, they called in the New York State Police, who had him taken for a mental evaluation, yet he could still lawfully buy in his hometown the weapon used in this attack.
For years now,
facts.
Law enforcement officials and FBI have been talking about...
Hey, and if we leave it up to niggas like this, y'all that don't have guns, don't have weapons, you'll never get any, right? And Esau ain't gonna get his taken away. So if they could prematurely start this race war, you gonna be ass out. And niggas like him don't even realize it, because they're not thinking about a race war. They're thinking it can't happen. It's not gonna happen. The majority of white America doesn't want this to happen, right? He don't know. The majority of white America been lying to you, nigga. Soon the rust is gonna waste away, and you're gonna get to see how wicked they really are, right? They've been preaching peace, peace, but there is no peace, nigga.
And have been acknowledging, whether you're talking about the head of the Justice Department or the head of the FBI or even local officials, have been referring to white supremacist domestic terror as the leading terrorist threat of our time. And
y'all heard that? He said that there's statistics saying that, here, you want me to rewind it? Bring it back.
Run that back.
I'll start right here.
Or even local officials have been referring to white supremacist domestic terror as the leading terrorist threat of our time. And it's...
Cracker terrorism is the leading terrorist threat of our time, right? Watch this. Hold up. Okay. Watch this. Everybody can see?
Come.
U.S. set to remove 5 groups from foreign terrorist blacklists. May 15, 2022, 8:04 p.m. This is less than 24 hours before brothers, or this is an old article, but he sent it to me yesterday. This article was made then. The real one was done on Friday, less than 24 hours before the actual massacre occurred, right? So check this out. The organizations that are said to be, released are the Basque separatist group ETA, so crackers in Europe, right? The Japanese cult Shakahiru, right? Which is a Japanese cult that believe they're the only people that should be on the planet and stuff. They're a separatist group too, right? Some Jewish people called the Cain Koch, right? And then the 2 Islamic groups that have been active in Israel and Palestine territories in Egypt. So a couple of Muslims, some Jewish people, a group of Japanese folks, and some regular white old Edomite Europeans. Right?
Well, where the hell is the Israelites at?
The Israelites ain't getting taken off of the list, because vocab Malone it's up and it's stuck, brother. That's it. They're not taking us down nowhere, right? But these people get to be removed from the terrorist list. And then 2 of the groups being white people, right? While the black man just told you that the statistics tell you that white terrorism is the biggest problem we have in America right now. Your white president that you black people voted for just removed 2 of those really bad white terrorist organizations that have access in the United States. Otherwise, it wouldn't be on the United States terror watch list, right? So they got removed. Meanwhile, we didn't. And all we're doing is covering stuff like this to tell our people, not to stand for the crap. So just wanted to put that out there. But I'm going to let the brother finish talking now. Man. Hold up. Ooh. Yeah. Hit the like button when y'all come in the building.
It's indisputable. And we also know that the people who are most likely to carry out these acts of domestic terror are younger white males. And so the fact that people that this nation still does not recognize that we have a serious problem on our hands, and these younger white males are engaging in all sorts of acts of terror against Jewish Americans, against Black.
See, and that's what they do. They always want to separate the Jewish from us, right? But in a minute, I'm going to show you that when Trump was in power, they wasn't doing that. That's a Democratic tactic. When Trump was in power, Trump was letting you know that the niggas is the Jews and they're not letting us overtake them or replace them, right? So we're going to skip ahead a little bit to what the white woman really wanted to talk about. And the person she's about to bring up is who the media is going to be telling you is the problem for this whole situation, right? Because it's a Democratic agenda here. But the problem isn't just one man. It's the people that this one man represents, which would be all of white America, even the Wicked Witch of the West right here, who's acting like she loves black people, right? The Democrats are just as worse, if not worse, than the Republicans, right?
McCann Ramirez is going to join us in a second, but first, just a few examples she found of Tucker Carlson repeatedly defending the white supremacist Great Replacement conspiracy theory. This is
so Tucker Carlson. If you've heard of him before, he's a reporter on Fox News, right? We're gonna see him in a minute, but he found out about the critical race theory and the race replacement theory from this Frenchman, Renaud Camus, right? So he's basically taking this whole theory and he preaches about it, damn near preaches about it on his show whenever he has it on Fox News, right? So the woman's going to talk about that. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and get into the manifesto and some scriptures, bringing out how Esau is slacking on judgment and what the Most High got for him. And then we'll be done.
Carlson lashing out last April at President Biden's immigration policy.
An unrelenting stream of immigration. But why? Well, Joe Biden just said it. To change the racial mix of the country. That's the reason, to reduce the political power of people whose ancestors lived here and dramatically increase the proportion of Americans newly arrived from the third world.
I'm going to let him talk after this. This is the last time I'm going to cut him off. But y'all heard what this cracker just said, right? I'll rewind it just to make sure y'all heard what he said.
Racial mix of the country. That's the reason, to reduce.
He said, Joe Biden wants to change the racial mix of the country, right? Now, listen to this main part right here, because this is what sticks in white people's minds when they hear the Great Replacement theory, right? This is what got his following so big right here.
The political power of people whose ancestors lived here and dramatically increase the proportion of Americans newly arrived from the third world.
Right. So he's saying that the whole goal of the Democratic Party is to allow immigrants to come in, which is why Trump was so hard on the immigration, build the walls for China, right? The reason he was doing that is because he believed in the Great Replacement theory. And he knew that his people, the people that follow him, the ones that was on the Capitol and all that stuff, right? They believe in the Great Replacement theory. So this guy has been basically preaching it to them, letting them know what it is throughout time. He said it 400 or more times on his show just since he's had a show on Fox, and he hasn't been there that long, right? So since like the time of Trump, you know what I'm saying? So that's like what, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, something like that, right? He said it 400 times. He hasn't even had 400 episodes, but he said it 400 times, right? So the thing that people got to understand is he's trying to teach them something, but the thing he's teaching them is a lot. Just like they taught us in school, right? They made it seem like white folks were the majority. Even in the census today, they make it seem like, black people If you look up the census, it say we 13% of the population, right? If that's the case, why are these crackers so damn mad? If we was only 13% of the population, why do they see us everywhere they go and get mad about it, where they got to make 180-page manifestos about how we're replacing them, taking their jobs and stuff, right? So this is just a fact on how you can prove that the census that they do and the counting of they do of Black, Hispanic, and Native American people, it's not correct. They know that we already outnumber them, right? They're trying to stop that from coming to the light, which is why they keep the fake census thing there, right? Every time an election comes around, they pull out these polls to tell you how many people we have in America by race and stuff. And the white people are always at the top. It goes down a little bit every year, but they're always at the top, right? We've been 12% of the population for like the last 20 years. And they know it's more Black people here. Because as the cracker just said, right? It's people that are coming from the third world. Third world is Haiti. Third world is Jamaica. Is Trinidad. It's the Bahamas. It's St. Thomas. It's all them places, right? And that's just in this vicinity. I ain't even mentioned anything in West Africa yet. And we know it's a whole bunch of them here too, right? Don't get me started on the ones that's coming from European third world countries. So these are the things that we have to understand. That's what they're trying to teach. But the thing that they're teaching that's getting these white boys riled up is a lie. White people have never been the majority anywhere on the earth. They're the least population of race on the planet. They're already the minority. The problem is they're not having children. So the fact that they're the minority now is actually coming to the light, right? Used to be a time where you find a bunch of brothers and sisters in New York, in Michigan, but you go to Wisconsin, Vermont, we not there, right? Connecticut, we wasn't there. Now we done took over Connecticut. Niggas has moved up to Vermont, where Bernie Sanders is at, right? Brothers is in Wisconsin, in Wyoming, in Minnesota, you know what I'm saying? Dakota, places we was never at before. And it's because there's so many of us here now, we done got to spread out. They see that. They can't go to the store no more and don't see one of us. And it's making them mad, right? So I just wanted to put that out there. This whole manifesto that we're finna get into now, the whole reason for him doing this thing was because he feels like they're being replaced. But the fact of the matter is, they was replaced when they started slavery. They was never the majority. They didn't kill every single Native American. It was still more of us than them when we was here, right? When natives and the Africans was here, so-called Africans, when the Jews as a whole, Israel as a whole was in captivity, once that happened, we was already outnumbering the white folks. That's a fact. They just haven't been able to teach you the history like that, because then it would make you think, well, if while we was slaves, it was more slaves than it was white people. If you put the Africans and the Hispanics together, how the hell wouldn't it be more than that now if we're the only ones that have been having babies for the last 200 years at a consistent rate, right? So facts, anybody with a brain, just by that proof alone, would tell you that we're already the majority in America and in the West. They know this. So they have to start a theory, right, to get their people riled up enough, get their people mad enough to where they're going to want to, stop what we've become. You know what I'm saying? Just like it was in Egypt. When we grew, the great multitude began to flourish. That's when Pharaoh wanted to put us in captivity, right? It's the same thing here. And once it gets out that we are the mass population in the planet, right? That we are the people that you can't number as a sand of the sea, right? I bet you that's when the famine of the word going to start. I bet you that's when they're going to start trying to start Jacob's trouble, and they're going to try to put y'all back in captivity again, right? Because then it's okay. Now we got to control the fact that they know that there's more of them than us. Go ahead, Al.
Hey, Solomon, bro, let me tell you something. I wasn't on the show last week, okay, but now I'm back. You embarrassed yourself last week, like.
Wait, hold on. What's this?
That's the brother you was talking to about. Can Northern Kingdom, are they Israelites or not? Negro only. Listen, brother, you embarrassed yourself.
He's saying this white boy can be Israelite.
Right. Listen.
His forefather's not black.
Listen, you embarrassed yourself last week, dude. Like, bro, I was watching, and you were just saying stuff in the chat just because you was getting cut. You were just starting to just scoff and say, brother, do what
what's bad?
Said and shut up.
I'm not gonna stop the lesson for him, but if he's here when we finish, I got some messages from some Negro only niggas that actually watched our videos from the last 2 weeks because they actually just decided to do it, and they realized everything we said they cannot disprove. I'll show it to you.
And guess what? And guess what? And guess what? And guess what? We got a fresh link for you whenever you want it. Whenever you want it, and you can get embarrassed.
We know his daddy not black because of the stuff he about to say. He hate black people. If his granddaddy was black, he wouldn't be saying what he about to say, duck monkey. I gotta call him that.
Salakia. And the shooter is also a white man. And he already identifies himself as a white man because of his father's lineage as well. So
exactly.
Tucker Carlson's dad was in the KKK. We all know who Tucker Carlson is. He's the KKK-ish most Edomite in the planet on like national television. You know what I'm saying? Only more racist guy than him is probably the dude that he just died.
Hey, Salaki, since we made that point, let me just prove it really fast. It'll be 5 seconds, I promise. 5 seconds.
All right.
Look at this. Okay, now let's go back. All right, let's see. Where is it at?
He trying to get into the manifesto early.
Nah. Here you go, right there. He says, "My name is Gendron. I was born."
Hey, zoom in some.
Ooh,
you gotta zoom in.
I don't think I can.
Oh damn! All right, sorry.
We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Let
you
me
want to
share
it? Okay,
yeah,
go to this part. Go
yeah,
to this part, and let's see. Since this dude's bro, Solomon, shut.
Hey, he just admitted Drake shot as an Israelite.
you just making yourself look stupid.
Go ahead. Don't know.
Go ahead, share it, man. Share it, man. Yo, this dude here, bro.
But
he spell Solomon right. Gonna tell people who's who.
We're gonna read that in a minute, though. But let me see. Bow. All right. Let's get back to the scheduled program.
And then Biden went further. He said that non-white DNA is the, quote, source of our strength.
Now, if this guy had a black daddy, you think he'd be saying that like that? Silly man. All right, no more.
Imagine saying that. This is the language of eugenics. It's horrifying.
Do y'all know what eugenics is? We haven't done a lesson on it yet, but you know.
I have a whole book on it. I'll do a class on it.
This is a white man that just mentioned, he just admitted on Fox television that the crackers be using black people and brown people's DNA because it's our strength or their strength. It's our strength and their strength. He just said that. And then he said, this is the language of eugenicist. It's disgusting or whatever he said, right? So he just admitted to you that they be taking our skin and trying to put melanin in them and use our body parts for stuff because it strengthens them. He just admitted it. And it's under the title of eugenics, right? You learn a lot watching Fox News because they tell the truth.
But there's a reason Biden said it. In political terms, this policy is called the Great Replacement, the replacement of legacy Americans with more obedient people from faraway countries.
Legacy Americans, right? The people who started their legacy as the Americans that took over this place, right? And replace it with what type of people? Oh, more obedient. That's what he said, right? Slave-minded people, right? AKA Black, Hispanic, and Native American. Who's the most obedient people on the planet right now? The only people that are slaves, right? Only people that have gone through the curses, right? That's the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So that's the people who he's talking about, right?
Countries.
And that's Tucker Carlson on Fox News last April. This is another clip noted by Media Matters from last year as Carlson's fear-mongering about white replacement, genocide, and a race war.
The left and all the little gatekeepers on Twitter become literally hysterical if you use the term replacement, if you suggest that the Democratic Party is trying to replace the current electorate, the voters now casting ballots, with new people, more obedient voters from the third world. But they become hysterical because that's what's happening, actually. Let's just say it. That's true.
For more, in addition to Professor Kendi, we're joined.
All right. So I'm going to stop there because she's all going to try to make it seem like, you know, they don't really feel like we're the ones replacing them and stuff like that and everything, right? But I want to bring you guys back to something because you have to remember who's in power right now, right? The person in power right now is what's his name? Joe Biden, right? He's a Democrat. He wants to trick black people into believing he loves y'all, even though every policy decision he's made this whole presidency has been not for our people, right? So the president who y'all should have voted for, who was telling you the truth about everything, that all Israelites, even though we said we don't vote, the ones that you voting niggas should vote for is Donald Trump, because he's going to tell you the truth about our people and we might get out of here quicker, right? This is what he had the white folks doing while he was president, okay? This is who the white folks knew we were and what they were calling us in public during their hate speech rallies and stuff. You feel me? So check this out.
Server writes, the Confederate commander was, quote, responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of Americans in defense of the South's authority.
Remind you, right? This is the whole point of this manifesto that we're going to get into after this video is the great replacement theory, right? When Donald Trump, the king of the ones afraid of the ones that will be replacing them, right? When he was in office, what were his cronies saying? Who were they mad or scared that was going to replace them? Let's hear it.
To own millions of human beings as property because they are black. And as for white nationalists in Charlottesville that Trump continues to defend, this is them. They had a march. They had a much larger agenda than simply defending a statue of Robert E. Lee.
Jews will not replace us!
Who?
Jews will...
This is good. You see that? The Jews will not replace us, right? You see it on the screen. I'm going to let them finish. But I wanted to post that there because if you watch MSNBC right now, guess what they put on the screen to replace what these words say? You will not replace us. And
Right.
then a little bit of the script, right? So that it don't really sound like they're saying Jews. They put you on the screen so you're reading you, but we know what they're actually saying, right? Let's rewind it. Who's going to replace them? Who are they afraid is going to replace them? It ain't the Jewish people that are already here with their black hats and stuff. Not the ones in Israel that they love so much, right?
March. They had a much larger agenda than...
Right. As for white nationalists in Charlottesville, right, they're mad because black people were trying to take down this statue. So who they talking about?
Simply defending a statue of Robert E. Lee.
Jews will not replace us! Jews will not replace us! Jews will not replace us!
You see? Yeah, I'm going to let that ride. But do you see who they're afraid is going to replace them? Do y'all remember that? 2017, right?
I do, but they had their women out there with them. That means they the damn devils too.
Oh, I knew that already. I'm from Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Like, they the worst ones. But this is what you got to understand, right? The media right now is going to make that because they're playing it. The reason I remember that video is because before we started this class, I saw Ari Melber, the fake Jew, report this whole thing, right? And they make it seem like it's about real Jewish people. They let the word Jews will not replace us be said one time, and the way he twisted it was they're afraid that the Jewish people are going to help the black community take over the United States. When they know damn well ain't no Jewish people trying to help us do that. They're
Why would they do that?
taking our houses right now. Gentrification. What they going to help us take over the United States for? These people was out there chanting about black people, right? And the black people they were chanting about were the ones they know were the Jews, because this is the KKK. That same year, David Duke, the one who I told you in 2000 made that speech when he was running for president, right? That same year, you can find the video on YouTube right now. He said that blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans are the real Jews. And he was trying to make us look at the KKK as their friend or as our friend, right? And not really look at them as the bad guys, only look at the Jewish people as the bad guys because they stole your identity. David Duke is on YouTube saying this right now. You can watch it. Go look up David Duke admits to black people being Jews. You'll hear the whole speech. He's trying to get us to blame the Jewish people, right? Be mad at those folks because he knows that we already outnumbered them. And at the time, the NFAC was prevalent, right? So them people was walking around with guns. They were afraid that if those people right there started to teach black folks how to shoot, we end up in a situation where they could end up being ass out because there's already more of us than them. That's why they got rid of Grandmaster Jay. You don't see him no more. They locked him up, and when he got out, they said, say something else, nigga, we gonna kill you. And he been quiet. He don't even got an Instagram no more. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do to our people. So that being the case, now that y'all know the whole background, y'all see who the people is that they're afraid of replacing them, because the media is not going to show you. But we have the proof from the old media, right? Donald Trump and them, on who they're afraid of replacing them. It's the real Jews, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American ones, right? So with that, I'm going to let the brothers go ahead and get into this manifesto so y'all can see how Esau thinks.
Let's bring that out. There it goes.
Israel, we're not gonna go too long. We'll get a couple points in this manifesto. We're gonna let y'all night. But just like the Adam said, you see this plan in that ideology in this man's mind as well. How he believes that the Jews and the blacks are gonna take over, and the Hispanics as well. And you know that's quite asinine, because the Jews are the people that stole our nationality and identity, right? And they're enemy of the Most High God, right? So the people that will take over the world are the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. So he's rightfully scared, right? He rightfully has his purpose. But according to this right here is the manifesto, and he gives who he is right here. It says, my name is Peyton Gringen. I was born on June 20th, 2003, which makes me 18 years old. As of writing this,
that's crazy. I'm sorry. The baby is a millennial, yo. And you know what's crazy? When Trayvon Martin got killed, he was a grown-ass man, right? Like Mike Zimmerman had a reason for putting his hands on his big-ass 18-year-old black. Well, I think he was only 17, right? But he was a grown-ass man because he was this big-ass white boy. Yeah, he wasn't. I don't think he was 18. I think Michael Brown was, but I don't think Trayvon Martin was, right? But they actually called Trayvon a grown man. They're trying to make this seem like this kid had a mental problem and he was a kid. You know, he's a troubled teen or whatever, right? So they could try to notch down some of the years of his sentence, because, you know, juveniles get tried different and stuff. If you can make it seem like he was a child in the mind, they try him more like a juvenile, even though he gets a grown person sentence. That's their mind game. They never let us. They never let that happen with us, though. Even in death, when a brother dies and he gets killed, he's still a grown ass, angry black man. But go ahead, Alex.
Con. And we're gonna harp on that point as well about the men and the sole perpetrator of the recent attempt mass shooting. I lived in Southern Tier, New York, all my life. Both my parents and two brothers believe I am ethnically white, since my parents, both nationalities, are from Northwestern Europe and Italy. I graduated.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Wait, he said, I believe that I'm ethnically white since my parents' nationalities are from Northwestern Europe and Italy. So to that point, Suleiman, even this cracker knows.
Yeah, it goes back to your nationality, what your daddy is, right? He went to his parents. He didn't go, I believe I'm white because my skin color is pale. No, nigga. He said because of where his parents is from, right? He let you know his parents is two crackers.
And to the sister Vanessa Whitson's point, because me and the brother were just talking about this, he cannot claim insanity because he wrote this with a sound mind.
Esau
he was using commas and periods.
Hold on, I got to bring this out right quick before y'all do this. Habakkuk chapter 1. Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 2. It says, O Yahweh, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are they that rise up strife and contention. Crack a little boy right here. Therefore, the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked do compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceeded. Right? So this little white boy right here, man, got to kill our people in a situation where he wasn't really punished for it. He got to walk away, he got to be put in the back of the car, you know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. It's all because judgment is slack. wasn't gonna really be no judgment for this white boy, and it's not gonna be no real judgment for this white boy when the time comes. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're already trying to shorten the sentence by making it seem like he's mentally ill and that he was a kid. You know what I'm saying? He just turned 18 or whatever. He's not even a grown man in the mind yet. Your brain doesn't develop till you're 25 as a boy. That's when they start using all them scientific wannabe facts and stuff, right? So that they could use the idea that he's mentally ill, that there's something wrong with him. You feel me? So I just wanted to bring that up. Go ahead.
Kind. And so it says, I graduated high school with a advanced diploma with advanced designation. So this man took a standardized test, right? And it's with advanced designation. So his mind, according to the books, right? He's book smart, right? And I am currently, scroll down to, Salakia, that's me. I'm currently enrolled in Sunny Broom in a major engineering science. A major in engineering.
How you
So,
wait, bro. To engineer what? Whoa, what? To be an engineer, you gotta be smart, bro. He's got to be like an architect damn near in the brain to be an engineer.
Well, it's over.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If they let him get off with being mentally ill, you know that they don't give a damn about you. If you're just a person not in the truth, if you let this happen and you notice you read the manifesto, it shouldn't be no question to you that they don't give a damn about you.
I don't want to watch this though. Watch this. It says, I would love to continue this, but there is bigger problems that I'm more concerned with. I'm not a warfighter, nor have I been enrolled in any military or technical training. So excuse my mistakes I make during my attack. I was never diagnosed with mental disability or disorder. I am believed to be perfectly sane.
Wait. He said it, people. And they know this because everybody that you saw told you we have his manifesto. We read it. We looked into it, right? We have his manifesto. We read it. We looked. The Pentagon has the manifesto. The FBI has the manifesto. The BFI has the manifesto. We all seen it. We looking into it, right? In the manifesto, what page we on? 3, 2?
This is page 2, yeah.
Page 2, nigga. You ain't even got what? Page 2. He's telling you, I am not in any way, shape, or form mentally disabled. I don't have a disorder. I'm perfectly sane.
So
I'm
what
in
he's
an
saying is
program.
So what he's saying is, I am the damn devil for real, for real. You don't have to guess nothing. I am the devil, and I did this with a clear mind. So watch this. Hey, hold on. Watch this, Israel. Watch this, right? Because doesn't the Bible say that they basically kill us and hold themselves not guilty? Now look, we know they
Why
can't
the news ain't bring this out? Why they ain't put this on the news yet?
Now watch I don't want to check this out. Now they can't blatantly just let this man go, right? They can't do that, right? But like I think The Rock said it earlier. Watch when they start shaving time off of his sentence after he admitted he did a 180-page manifesto and admitted that he's perfectly sane. They're gonna show you that they the damn devil, and y'all gonna keep inviting them to the damn cookout,
man. Right? Hey, I'm gonna continue to read it.
Yeah,
right?
Go
It says
ahead,
recently I took
This is crazy.
right. It's really insane. It says recently I took a MBTI test. It's really it's a psychology test where they
That's
give
a psychology
you
test and it's an IT test at the same time, IQ test. So he was testing his mental stability, his mental fortitude, and his IQ at the same time. And look at the scores. His mind 100%, bro.
No, he an introvert 100%.
Oh, is that what it say? Because I can't read it.
Yeah,
I just see mind 100%. What's
so
the other part say?
It's mind, energy, nature, tactic, and identity. He classified because it's 16. When you deal with this test, it's 16 personalities that it can give you, and he has been classified as a architect.
An architect.
He's
Which
strategic.
is why he's so good at engineering.
Exactly. So he has different characteristics of an architect, right?
Wait,
Strategic,
hold on. So you know why he put this in the manifesto, right? This is supposed to be perfect evidence to prove he's not in any way, shape, or form I'm a mentally disabled person, right? But what's the first narrative that every news channel's been trying to put out there? That the kid could be mentally disabled.
Mental illness.
Right? But his first 2 pages of the manifesto are him proving he has no type of mental disability. In fact, he's one of the smartest dudes on the planet.
Right.
When it comes to Esau science. Engineering is one of the most difficult things you can do on the planet when it comes to college. He's in an engineering program. He's an introvert. And when he took a test, it labeled him architect. One of the hardest jobs and career paths to follow on the planet. How you do that? But you got a mental disability. And you had the mind to put this in the manifesto.
Which means you thought of every possible outcome. If I put this in this manifesto that I'm not crazy, I can go on the gurney and get killed.
And he expected to die, which is why he had no problem putting the gun to his neck. He thought that was going to make them shoot him, right? When he walked outside, he thought that was going to make them shoot him. He didn't do it. Okay, I'm putting it to my neck. Okay, y'all don't want me to die? All right, I might get off of this. Maybe God wants me to live. Haha. Right? But go ahead. This is crazy. He mentioned it, but they still want to say it. Y'all should already know at this point, since we have the manifesto and we're showing it to you, he's going to get off. Because the news didn't say, not one media channel has said in the manifesto, he said that he's not mentally mentally ill. So why are you still saying that he's mentally ill? Nobody asked that question on any news channel yet. So you know that they're not going to. It's been 3 days. How many more days you think they're going to take to do that? All week long. I bet later on in the week, it's going to come out that he's mentally disabled. Because they already put out there that the cops had to come when he was in high school and they performed a psych ward on him. Which I bet that's the only reason he put this in the manifesto. So we could, prove that the psych ward proved that he wasn't really crazy. So that they can't try to twist the narrative. And he did that because, once again, he thought he was going to be dead. He didn't think he was going to be here to defend himself. But he is. So he got to live, and he's going to get to see himself get off. Ain't that some BS? Go ahead, Hot. Man.
Kyle. Hey. Right. Hey, this channel is crazy. It's insane because like Adam was bringing out, they keep saying in it's alleged, believed to be the manifesto. But right here, you about to see evidence that this is the document. This is what he posted on the Google Docs and on 2 different channels. It's called 4chan and 8chan, right? Which are like different websites where you could post things, right? And they took both of these websites down, right? So, we're gonna get more into it, right? You pull it up for back chat. Okay.
Hey, not lie, that's yours. That's the one you pulled up.
Happened? You want me to take this off?
Okay,
That's what you saying?
Can I see it? Can I see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
It says, why did they decide to carry out the attack?
Okay. So yeah, this is a Q&A that he's giving himself and writing down, right? His answers. So why did you decide to carry out the attack? The first thing he says is to show the replacers that as long as a white man lives, our land will never be theirs and they will never be safe from us. This is your enemy showing you in real life, in real time, that he still hates you. Like Adwan Eliel told you, he 18 years old. This is a millennial. Your daughters and your old folks, right? Your people in your family says, "Oh, they're not too bad." That was years ago. This is him. This is the next generation of white men raising up and killing as many black people as he can, telling you that as long as you live, as long as you're in this land, you're not safe from us. He's showing you his true heart's intent, right? Sirach chapter 12, verse 10 tells it shows you that. Right? You can keep going, but you brothers got a point on that?
I'm trying not to say nothing crazy right now.
Yeah. I really just want you to get through it because, yeah. I don't want to interrupt nothing else so they can see just how much of a devil. I think we didn't already said all they need to see. You know what I'm saying? To prove.
Oh no, there's more.
No. Like I'm talking about as far as
okay,
what we need to say to let them know what's going on here. Now the manifesto, I think, should just do its thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be quiet. Y'all can say stuff.
All right. So through the Spirit, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna go to the last point. Right? It says, most of all, it was to spread awareness to my fellow whites about the real problem that is that the West is facing, and to encourage further attacks that will eventually start the war that will save the Western world, save the white race, and allow for humanity to progress into more advanced civilizations.
What I said earlier, damn, I thought I wasn't gonna say nothing else. See, but what I said earlier, they're trying to start the race war early. He just said it in the. He just said it. I have not read this manifesto, y'all. I promise you. I didn't get to read it. That's why Darak and Judah are here doing it for me because I didn't get to read it. But like, this is what you see right here. The brother, the white boy, right? YT boy, is in a situation where he's literally telling you, in his own words, what he wants to happen, what he wants this shooting to invoke, what type of war he wants it to have, and what that war is supposed to leave everybody with at the end. It's supposed to leave Europeans on top, right? Edomites on top. That's what they want. And they know that war basically at this point is the only way they're going to get that because they're already outnumbered. It's already a dub for that. Phil, how you?
Hey, Spencer Word, that's the clearest it's gonna get because unfortunately the one that I had, we can't zoom into it. So you're just gonna have to listen what the brother's reading off the manifesto, unfortunately.
Yeah. But hey, I told you what page he was on. I think he only was on page 3, 4, something like that, right? So we ain't yeah. You could go through, y'all can find a manifesto online and try to follow along with us or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or read it on your own time.
Kind.
We'll make sure. Let's try to tell them if we could. If there's a number on the pages, let's try to tell them what page number we reading and stuff, so they could go back and know that. If not, then select.
No problem. Yeah, what I just read was page 4. The about me is on page 2, right? And on page 2 and on page 3 is it shows you the about me and it shows you his IQ, his psychology test, right? It shows you that. And then right now we're about to go to page 57, right? Real fast. Because on page 57, it shows you how decently, how planned out to a T that this man did this attack. Right? Oh snap. I think I skipped it. Right? It shows you how to a T he planned this out. Right? And it's very sick, man. It's very sick. Hold on. Just give me a second.
Hey, Captain Araya, I'm trying to follow your advice, King. I'm trying to, man. Hey, but listen, what page you was going to, Durock?
Talk about not replying to Duck Monkey?
Right. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because he's an idiot. And he's
I'll
saying
say one more thing, right? Last thing we're going to say to him. If our camp was in a race war, we would be great because we got blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to fight with us, right? If it was a Negro only in a race war, they would be ass out by themselves because, you know, if all the niggas in the neighborhood get taken out, right, you're going to be trying to shoot the Hispanics and Native Americans too.
Stupid.
Dummy.
Here's the last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave it alone. If you ain't going to click a link and set up a dialogue, shut up. Because you're the type that will just be in the comments talking, but will never have a set dialogue where you can't just run off at the mouth. You have to prove things with facts. You are the guy that will never do it. So if you're not going to do that, shut up. What page was you on just now, King, before you stop talking? Because I got a point on one of those pages that I didn't know if you passed it already, on page 11.
Okay, you got a point on page 11?
Yeah, Con. Just how
Okay,
blatant he is. Just one thing on page 11.
Con, I'm pulling up right now.
Okay, Con King.
Yeah. I'm gonna share it. Man, this is crazy because right now he literally putting you in the mind of him. He literally showing you the state of mind that he in, and that what we never liked you, and he hopes that his people take this right here and run with it, and keep on acting on it, right? So it's page 10. What section you want?
I want page 11, and then we also need to touch page 14. But let's go to
okay.
He's an idiot. Let's go to page 11. Read where it's. I'll read it. I'm tripping. It says, I'm just showing you how blatant it is. You're a bigot, racist, xenophobe, Nazi, and fascist. And he says, okay, and he's admitting to being a racist.
Oh.
He's admitting to being that type of dude. So when these things are what's the thing? When these things are what's the word? When they're labeled as a hate crime, that's what the word I was looking for. When they're labeled as a hate crime, he can't get away from this. Right? But still, we're proving these points for a reason. Why are we proving this point? We're proving this point to show you that if Esau shaves away some of his time, or in some way, shape, or form tries to say that he was out of his mind, you're going to hopefully you will finally see that these people are the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Hopefully you will finally see. And if you was going to 13, I would love for you to go there if you was planning on skipping that one. And then I'm done. I just wanted to get that point if you was going there, King.
Okay, Con, you said verse 13. You said page 13.
Con, page 13.
All right, bet. And it's in the back. Like you want to bring it up on the screen.
Okay, Salaki came. My bad. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah, go to page 13. And Salaki for the blurriness. I couldn't get mine to I couldn't get mine to be clear enough to show on. I mean, to be Salaki. All right.
Okay. Where it on? Okay.
Let's go to. No, I'm sorry, Salaki King. Go to page 18. Right 18. On page 13, he starts talking about how blacks have the brain size compared to white people and blah blah blah. This one might make him retarded because that's not even facts, right? But page 18 is where I would like to go. Real quick, and page 19 gets a little bit more bugged out, but let's just go to page 18. Are you there, King?
Yeah.
Okay, come. So now he's trying to talk about how we're violent and we're the real terrorists. First of all, he starts off with violence is an inheritable trait. We can tell because of you. All right. He talks about the black and white IQ gap, blah, 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 blah. All right, let's read this. It says blacks are more prone to psychopathy, if I read that wrong, Salaki, and less capable of empathy than whites. Now we can go into the scriptures where it says that Esau cast away all pity. He pursued his brother with a sword and cast away all pity. We talked about this earlier, right? But it said we're less capable of empathy than whites. We're 80 more. It said, according to him, we're 80 more times likely than whites to neglect their children. Well, we know through Deuteronomy 28 and 54 that this was a curse that was going to be upon our seed forever, right? Blacks have less moral understanding than whites, but white people white sons marry their mothers and have sexual relationships with them. Et cetera, et cetera. White people love bestiality, et cetera, et cetera. They're the biggest murderers on the face of the earth. They made this country to where we are the first fired and the last hired. We have the worst education systems in our neighborhoods. There's a damn ABC store and an abortion clinic everywhere that we live. But we have less moral understanding than whites. Blacks are more reckless than whites. If you come down south, you can see that that's not true. Blacks are twice as likely to subject their children to severe violence than whites. How is this when an 18-year-old child? What was the dude, the one who they let him free and he's damn near rich now? The last one that did it, 18-year-old.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But where did they get this stuff from? Which shows you that one of his first points, that violence is an inheritable trait. Right? Black women are twice as likely as white women to abuse their husbands. Well, we know that Deuteronomy 28:56 is a curse from the wife to the husband. Right? If that is even true. Right? Black youth are 2.5 times more likely as white youth to have raped someone. That's a damn lie. Blacks are more likely to kill their spouses than other races. You can watch television and show that that's in no way, shape, or form true. Right? You go to page 19, blacks are 50 times more likely to cheat on their spouses than whites. Blah, blah, blah. He just goes on and on and on. Right? This dude is a damn idiot, but he's trying to give you reasonings for why the black population needs to be wiped out. Blacks are more likely than whites to be narcissistic. 2 words, Donald Trump. Like, you can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up. I mean, Salakia for my language. You can't make this up. Salakia. Oppression makes a wise man mad, man. This is crazy. This is asinine. I'm going to pass it back to the brother, man.
God, man. Because this right here is sick. And him going and having these notions in his mind, these stereotypes so, in his mind so heavy, he's forced to act upon it. And when he acts upon it, he acts upon it with extreme prejudice. And you've seen it in that video, man. Right? That video is very, 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 very vulgar. But we'll post that junk on our Patreon for our Patreon members if y'all want to see it, right? And some brothers have banded together and made a reaction video on that video because, man, it's so sick to see him murder our people with extreme prejudice, murder our people with that hate, that perpetual hatred that it talks about in Amos, man. But our people still love him. Our people still love him and his people. Our people still looking out for him and his people. No matter what he did to our grandmas in that grocery store, man. And once he pointed the gun at that white man, and the white man said, oh. And he said, sorry. After he murdered our grandmothers in that store with extreme prejudice, and our people still will put a cape on in a heartbeat and try to save him, man. It's disgusting. And it's sick because you don't know what the Bible actually says or the Bible actually teaches. Hey, Judah, can you grab me Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7? Bible concern. Because these people need to know, man. These people need to see and have their eyes open. And after you grab that, get Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. Bible concern.
This book of Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Mm-hmm. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
That's the Bible. So this man, right, and his forefathers, their forefathers have had a perpetual hatred that's passed on from generation to generation. You know what they do with that hatred? They kill us. They rob us of our nationality, rob us of our teachings and the principles that we held dear to us. And they murder us, man. They come to our grocery stores and they murder us. They come into our neighborhoods and they murder us. They murder us through tactics of gentrification, overly policing our towns and communities. and things in that nature, and they kill us, man, through systematic oppression and physical oppression. But this right here is a way that the Most High is showing our people that they need to wake up and stop trusting their enemy. Get Romans chapter 13 and 11, Baba Kashar. And then I got
this book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, beautiful precept, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian man, woman, and child. It is high time to wake up out of damn sleep. Stop being deceived and rocked with a lullaby and sweet song in the gifts and the philosophies and deceit of this world. Stop and wake the hell up. See the enemy, and now you walk and act like that's an enemy. Don't see the snake and walk towards it. Because who will pity the charmer that's bitten by the snake? Who's gonna pity you? You walking with the very deceiver and devil that's killed us for generations and generations. Who's gonna have pity on you after you're bitten or smitten? After when you put your head down and hold your hands and close your eyes and you start praying, he pulls out a gun and lay out your whole congregation. Who's gonna pity you after that?
Hey, look.
It's high time that y'all awake out of sleep. Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
Salaki King. Muhammad Ali had a quote, and it's funny because I heard this quote a long time ago, but I heard it again today, and it was for this lesson, right? I think the reporter asked him about, well, all white people aren't bad, right? And he said, everybody likes to say that, some white people are good, they mean to do well, and I truly believe there might be some that want to be good and they mean to do well. He said, but if there was 1,000 snakes, and 500 of them was venomous, and the other 500 wasn't, and I had a door that I can close, would I let them all in, hoping that the 500 that meant well and meant to do good will form a shield and protect me against the venomous ones, or should I just close the door? Should I just let them in and hope that they protect me and forget about the other 500 that's trying to kill me? No. He said, I'm not that much of a fool. That's what y'all are. Y'all like, well, some of them aren't crazy. Some of them don't want to kill me. Some of them don't believe this. Well, let's get a precept. Give me Isaiah 13 and verse 14, Baba Kashab, please. If you could.
Right.
Because there's going to come a time. There's going to come a time, right? When you believe, because right now you believe that all of them ain't wrong and all of them aren't bad and some of them mean well. There's going to come a time when they're going to naturally turn into what this dude is right now. Read that, King.
God. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 14. And it shall be as a chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land.
I bet you this. When Jacob's trouble comes around, when the persecuting really starts happening, right? I'm talking on a grand scale. Do you think them crackers want to be with you? It ain't going to be no more, oh, well, some of them mean well, some of them don't. I got a couple of white friends. They're going to care about their own life. And when that time comes, they're going to be like this dude is.
Right. They're all going to have the same mind.
They're going to all have the same mind. That's all I'm saying. Y'all keep inviting these people to the cookout. They're going to bring your ass to a barbecue. They're going to cook y'all, man. Y'all got to have more common sense, man. Our people always say, history repeats itself. If you don't know history, how can you change the thing? Da, 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 da. Historical fact, black people kill white people.
Historical black? No, hell no. White people kill black people. Black people don't kill white people.
Historical fact. Historical fact. We're the most empathetic people on the face of the earth. Because if we were 50 50, he didn't even say 10 or 8. If we were 50 times less likely to have empathy than white people, y'all wouldn't exist.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's a fact, because the only reason they keep doing stuff to us and allowing us to march is because they know that you niggas just gonna forgive him anyway.
Y'all gonna sing a damn song and hold hands around some damn candles and cry in front of a camera. Y'all gonna have that damn Rodney King spirit. Can we all just get along?
Just get along.
Jesus loves the little children. Meanwhile, they're training their kids for war. Y'all niggas want to do the damn Dougie.
Exactly.
Y'all got to get some on y'all mind, man. Give me Proverbs 1:20.
Kindness don't kill nobody.
Right.
Kindness don't kill nobody.
Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Yes, it do, Ottawa. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Well,
it kills
us.
You.
We die for being kind.
Right.
There you go. We die for being kind, right? Right. That's facts, Junior. Yeah, facts.
Right.
We die for being kind. Because
give me Proverbs 1:20 after he finishes his statement.
Kind. Right.
Kind. Oh, we actually have to finish this Isaiah 13.
Oh no, let's go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
No, brother, maybe thrust through.
No. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
That means
everyone that is joined unto them. Salaki.
Go ahead, King.
And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Can we all just get along? Can we just go to church together? Can we sing this little light of mine together? Right. Kumbaya together.
Right. Hey, Salaki. Because why? No, you can't. Because why are you holding hands and we all surrounded? You know how they want to do it. They want to circle the whole world and everybody holding hands, right? And when you close your eyes and try to get into it, a white man's gonna come out of nowhere with an AR-15 and he's gonna lay y'all all out. That's singing Kumbaya.
Where do we learn that? So many times. Dylan
Roof. Come on, man.
As soon as they closed their eyes, he shot the place up. That's crazy. Hey, get me real quick to your point. Give me Proverbs 11:20. Then I'll get Proverbs 1:20, and I'm gonna shut up. So this mess made me mad. Right. Matter of fact, it's Proverbs 11:21. Get that real quick, King.
Hey, it's Proverbs chapter 11.
How much more the manifesto is y'all trying to bring out?
I just got one more page. I just got probably 2 more pages to show, and that's it.
Okay, bet. All right, come.
Yeah, come.
Go ahead.
So this is Proverbs chapter 11. You say 11:21?
Come, King.
22. Okay, this is Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Hey, man, you want to keep holding hands with your enemy, man, you're not going to go unpunished, man. The Bible says, set him not by thee. But you want to be right beside him. You want to go to church with him, right? You want your kids to go play with him at the park. You know, hey, why don't you make friends with little Billy? You want to prove them to be something different than what they're naturally set up to be. This is why when we read you Deuteronomy 7:6 at camp, you can't believe it. Right. Because he said he called us to be a separate people. Right? Give me Proverbs 1:20. I only want a little bit out of that. I just got 1 point. And I'm done.
Yeah. Proverbs 1:20. It reads, wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the street. She crieth in the chief place of concourse. In the opening of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
How long is y'all niggas gonna believe that the white man loves you? How long are you niggas gonna believe that they're going to change if you keep singing.
Come on.
Dr. Shows is rich probably off of niggas marching alone.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? How long y'all gonna believe this, man? Before y'all say, you know what? What is the problem with saying, you know what? I'm not dealing with these people no more. We've tried everything, man.
The problem is niggas don't want to be called the R word.
Yes.
Not righteous, but racist.
Racist, right.
Right. They don't want to be called neither one of those, actually.
Yeah, right.
They don't want to be called righteous or racist. Right?
Right.
So
right.
That's the thing. That's the problem, though. It's like it would be righteous for our people to actually, you know, get back to protecting our own, being about our own people, kind of like the Black Panthers and stuff, right? But it would be even better if we did that, knowing who our enemy was, accepting who our enemy was, and moving towards that while still being our own people. You know what I'm saying? Which was not what the Black Panthers was doing. They were still trying to be niggas in America. That's why the Most High didn't let that thing flourish, right? But we got the thing right now. So if we can make this thing as big as that was, or something close to it, you know what I'm saying? That's really what's going to take us out of here. Because the brothers and sisters with our mindset, if we get to the forefront of society, of our society, Black, Hispanic, Native American society, then we're going to be the ones that sway the rest of our people to start thinking the way we think, right? That's what's going to make, what's that scripture that says, in that day, the people going to go amongst their own people? You know what I'm saying?
We just read it.
Yeah. Isaiah 13. So that scripture is talking about that time when we get, you know, where we're supposed to be at. Everybody knows about us, and we actually get to the point where we could sway our society, right? All of them not going to come into the truth. Those going to be the people who got to purge, the ones that survive and all that type of stuff, right? But it's going to be a lot of them that start to see how we thinking, and that's what's going to allow that race war to commence, right? Where we get to, you know, render the Most High's vengeance by the hand of his people Israel, like it says in Ezekiel. What's that, 14? So 12 or 14. So like
26, 14.
I think it's 2. But yeah, like that's what we got to understand, right? So if we get to that, man, we in a situation where we good. But all these different things, the media, you know what I'm saying, the way that they teach you in school, everything is to prevent you from thinking the way Israelites think. They don't want you to have the mind we have. Because if you have the mind we have, that's what starts the war, right? They got their mind where they know that they're being replaced, right? They're losing their kingdom. They've now come to grips with that, and the only way to take it back is to take back the people, or to take down the people that are taking their kingdom from them, right? We're the people that are taking that kingdom. So if they can't take us down, they know that they're going to lose it, right? If more of our people had our mindset and we knew that if we take the kingdom, right, we going to possess it forever and ever, then we going to take it. That's what they're afraid of. So, are you?
Oh, man. All praise.
Go back into your manifesto.
Yeah, it's in the back. If you could pull it up, I'm gonna finish it real quick. Because I just want two couple points out of these 2 pages, man. And through the spirit, we're gonna let y'all have y'all tonight, man. Y'all gotta meditate on that stuff, and y'all maybe show this to y'all families, because understanding that the enemy is not for you, and he's actually for your destruction, and he wants his other brothers and sisters to join him in killing you. That should be a wake-up call, man. That should be a real wake-up call, right? So we're gonna go. So it says the zip code. This is his strategy application, man. It's zip code 14208 in Buffalo has the highest Black percentage. That is close enough to where I live. So close where he lived, this is the closest place to him that has the highest percent of Black people living there. Tops Market is an area in zip code 14208 where a high percentage and high density of Blacks can be found. Tops Market has 1 or 2 armed security guards with full-size Glocks, 3A armor with will stop their ammunition. So the army that he's using is going to stop their rounds. That's why when the security guards had to shoot him, they couldn't because his armor was too thick, right?
Right. He had a Kevlar vest on, and by the time the cop realized that the bullets wasn't going through him, he was shot in the face.
Exactly. So he's literally going through a plan. He's taking everything into account, right? It says the plan of action, right? And he goes into his plan of action. What he's gonna do, he's gonna stream it, right? Y'all see that? He says, I will pick up all my gear, and put it in industrial bags. Then I will put the bags in a laundry basket and place it on the floor in front of the passenger seat. I will put 3 guns. 2 of them have carriers behind my seat with a blanket over them to cover the outsiders. I will also have Discord at my house running and live recording on my Twitch account. So that's what he's doing. He's going on what he eating, what he's gonna eat, what he's gonna do. His round that he's gonna take before, right? This is him planning it all out in this manifesto, man. Manifesto. And look right here. Got the floor plan to the grocery store. And his plan, how he's gonna sweep it.
And mapped out. He mapped out a map on how he's gonna travel through the store. Because like I told y'all, he went there 3 days before. He mapped everything out. So even though he told you he didn't have no tactical training, which he didn't, if you saw the video, right? He didn't do no like military stuff and nothing like that. But he played a lot of Call of Duty. And this is what I meant to mention this, right? Them video games, right? Jake played to play the game, right? To just play the game. You know what I'm saying? Jake is just, trying to shoot some niggas and stuff, right? Do some stuff he can't do in the streets or whatever, right? Playing Grand Theft Auto to do that and all that type of stuff. Jack the cars in the video game and all of that, right? But Esau is playing this game to learn how to move in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Jake played a game. He puts the visual toggle where he could see the whole person in the game and stuff like that. So it looked like he playing the game. When Esau played the game, he changed the toggle to how it was on the Twitch account, right? Where you just see the gun. It looked like you the one looking through the lens. You feel me?
Exactly. Like
they wanted to be like that. Right. They wanted to be like they're the person there. They want to see what it's actually going to be like in that situation. And then when they go train, they train like what they played in Call of Duty, right? They go out to the paintball spots, man. You know what I'm saying? They post up all the little things at the paintball yard and stuff like it's cover. And they go out there and they shoot behind the junks while they play. You know what I'm saying? I've been out there with the white boys and played paintball back in the day.
Right.
I know how they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They will play that game like it's, a real war. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and play laser tag with an Edomite. I'm telling you, they play these games for real. While we thinking it's a game, we acting like it's a game. To them, it's real life. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he was able to do this. Yeah, hell no, he's not mentally ill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Hey, Khan, we're gonna read. This is his plan right here. It says, I first shoot the security guard and kill him by shooting through the front doors of the glass.
Which he
I
did.
do that like that.
If anybody see the video, after he shot the first woman he seen, he shot in the window like he planned here.
And the reason he did that, right, is because he knows that most likely, like at the BJ's, any type of convenience store or grocery store where they got security, right? The security guard is either an off-duty officer or he's a retired officer, right? Which means he know how to shoot. Okay? They know the type of rounds and bullets that he's gonna have. It's gonna be military. I mean, not military, but like a police issue, right? Which is close to military grade stuff. So he's gonna be pretty good armor, and his bullet gonna be something that can penetrate you if you don't got it. And he's gonna have pretty good aim because he's a cop, right? So if you outside, the cop one, he's saying hi and bye to people as they pass by. You know what I'm saying? Making sure ain't nobody checking stuff. There's a dude there with a receipt scanner or whatever, or checking the receipts and stuff as you walk out the door. I've been to Tops. You know what I'm saying? It's built just like BJ's and stuff like that. So they had a security guard to stand out the side. It's the person in the front that opens the door for you and stuff like that, and checks your receipts and stuff like that to make sure you ain't steal nothing, because they don't have cameras throughout the whole store like a Walmart and stuff. It's a smaller type of company. That's why they keep a security guard there, to make sure that your receipt match the stuff in your cart. So the security guard also is preoccupied. He's not just standing on guard like you might think he is. He's watching people pass by. So when the first gunshot rings off, the cop probably don't know where it's coming from or none of that stuff because he's occupied with people in the store, right? If they see the woman drop, you know they went crazy. He killed the lady right in front of the store. Then he killed the dude that was helping the lady with the bags in front of the store. You know what I'm saying? Then he shot through the door. So that's how he did it. It was strategic, just like the brother's reading you. You know what I'm saying? He knew what he was doing, and he scoped it out so he knew exactly how he would kill these people, which is how you know, once again, he wasn't mentally disabled. Go ahead, Doc.
And so if we continue reading, it says his most common areas, like Adawan was saying, that's the most common area for a security guard to be, right? So, and then he goes on, I'm going to read the second bullet point where it said, well, I'm going to point the cursor right here, where it says, I shoot all black people twice in the chest if possible. Then turn left to the cash register and open fire on the expected crowd of people at the cash register. According to the user reviews, the store is notorious for being slow. So he's doing his research at the same time. So I'm gonna make it to the other side of the aisles and continue firing at all blacks, right? So you see his target. I shoot all down blacks twice, right? So if they're down, like you seen in the video, he still shoots them twice. Right? It's crazy because then he planned on going.
Wow. So the lady he shot,
yeah.
And then the dude he shot, and then he walks up to the dude and shoots him again. And he planned that.
Exactly. So he planned that out. That's crazy. It says, then I'll go into my. He was planning on going and basically doing drive-bys on niggas.
Hey, listen.
Right? But I don't think he got that far.
Hey, listen. I don't.
This is the last slide of myself.
Hey, Salakia King. This takes away all his mental insanity, bro.
Bro, that shit was gone after page 2.
Guess what, bro? Right, it did. But guess what? This is stuff that real legit terrorists do. When they do a mass shooting, they shoot you, and then when you try to play dead, they want you dead for real, so they shoot you in the head just in case you were playing dead, bro. That's called overkill.
Mm-hmm. But that's what you do with animals. That's what I said. You learn how to hunt. You know what I'm saying? When you go kill a deer, or let's say it's not a deer, let's say it's a leopard, right? An animal that can fight you back or something. Because Esau be having them hung up on his wall too. You go kill one of those. First shot you give, all right, yeah, you might have got it. But if you walk up on it, it's still breathing, you want to shoot it again because it could be playing dead. It's going to try to catch you when you're vulnerable, get up and kill your ass, right? So Esau knows that. He hunts, right? They treat people just like the animals that they kill. You know what I'm saying? Kill confirmation. That's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? You confirm the kill, right? Overkill is when you just, but yeah, he's confirming the kill. So that's what he did. He confirmed it. But the crazy thing is, he told you he was going to confirm the kills, wrote it down, and then confirmed the kills that he said he was going to confirm.
Right.
Didn't know who he was going to shoot, but he knew once I get this nigga on the ground, I'm going to shoot him again.
Right.
Man.
So, hey, this is the weapon that he used. And just like the person he was inspired by in the New Zealand killing, right? Brenton Tyrant, Brenton Tyrant wrote on his gun, like on the multiple. He had a couple guns and he wrote them on all of them, different writings and things in that nature. If y'all see the video, he also made writings and put different writings on his guns as well, right?
Nigger, reparations.
Reparations.
Then he had some of some of his heroes' names on it and shit.
Yeah. So, hey, through the spirit, hey, and that we got the whole manifesto. We can. If brothers and sisters want it, if brothers and sisters want that, go ahead and I don't know. Comment that down below that y'all want that manifesto, because we'll post it on the Patreon, right? We'll post that on the Patreon and also the video on the Patreon, so the brothers and sisters can see it, man. If y'all want to see it, that junk is rated R.
Now, I don't know if they still got the video art because Twitch got in trouble.
No, I got it on my phone.
Oh, okay, you downloaded it. All right, bet.
I don't got the whole video. I don't got the whole video on my phone, but I got enough. Like you see a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
All right.
So I can post it. I can post that on there. Just let me know down there in the comments.
Hey, watch this.
Hey, Esau, man. We never liked you.
Mm-hmm. The name of the Waukesha Christmas massacre victim. Wow.
Yeah,
so he put victims on his gun, not names of people he liked.
Oh no, he put Dylan Roof on his gun. He did.
Okay, I thought I saw Dylan Roof name on there.
Yep, he put this is your reparations. So he's telling black people, bow, here go your reparations right here.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Hey dog, look, bro. Listen, man. Y'all gotta get some on y'all mind, man. Right? Y'all can't be so full of love that you stupid. You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna read one more scripture that I know Esau not gonna like.
Bring it out.
Daniel 7:18, and we can close on that.
All right.
Whether they like to understand it, believe it or not, right? Daniel 7:18. The whole thing that this I keep calling it critical race theory, but that's what this is about, right? The critical race theory and the great replacement theory is the same type of thing.
Right.
The great replacement theory and the critical race theory is the same thing. Critical race is stopping you from talking about race, right? Which, if you don't talk about race, it'll be easier for them to, extinguish the great replacement, which is what they want to do, right? Can't talk about great replacement if everybody that's a nigga that come here is thinking about white people anyway, because they ain't, being reminded about slavery every single year. That's what they don't want. Now that they made it so that it's going to be harder for you to talk about that stuff, right? In certain states, you can't say nothing about it at all. Then, it's going to be more difficult to talk about it. So, long story short, the only thing they don't want to happen is what Daniel 7:18 says is going to happen. It's prophecy, right? So, we all know they can't stop prophecy, right? So, they know they can't stop prophecy. So let's get that. Daniel 7:18. This should give you some hope in these last days, man. Try to wake the people up. Keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Stay in this truth. Stay strong. Stay vigilant. I believe in training the kid up in the way they should go. So if this ain't enough proof for you, it's time for you to start getting some guns, guys. All you Jakes and Eves out there that's afraid to shoot back and stuff, that need to end. We need to get back to being those people of war, right? Because
your garments and buy a sword, man.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? That was said by the Messiah because of the type of people we were, even in captivity. You know what I'm saying? We're men of war. So be like that. Daniel 7:18.
This book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Amen. Right? So whether they like it or understand it, believe it or not, we're going to take the kingdom and we're going to possess it, right? And in the midst of that, Isaiah 14:1 is going to happen. They're going to cleave to us. We're going to take them to our place and rule over our oppressors, right? Whether they like it, understand it, believe it or not. So, I hope y'all enjoyed the lesson. Y'all got to see exactly what Esau's thinking, the manifesto. You got to learn a little bit about the great replacement theory, why they made that critical race theory a thing so much, right? And, this should be enough proof to show you who your enemy is, man. If you got family that's having problems believing that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, let them see the video. Send it to them. Share it. You know what I'm saying? So that we can get the word out there about this manifesto, about this man. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not a kid. This grown-ass 18-year-old man that went and killed those people with his right mind, right? In his right mind. So, yeah, man. That's it. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. We are the Sons of Thunder Israelites. It is our prayer and heart's desire that all Israel might be saved from the hands of our enemies. That's what we need to be saved from, right? Only way it happens, though, is if you come back to the law, statutes, commandments. So y'all search for the old path. With that, shalom.
Shalom.